Hi guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to Twin Flame Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, before we get started, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and if you love us so much, give us a follow on Twin Flame Trinity 11. So we realised that we hadn't spoke about how we actually met.
Yeah.
Like you all know that CJ's from LA and I'm from the UK, but how we actually met is another amazing story.
Right.
So I will start it off. I was travelling in Australia last year for 3 months. I'd just come out of a relationship, a pretty bad one, and I decided to go travelling. I don't know if anyone relates, but when you go through so much like crap, you just want to go away and have, just time to yourself. So I booked 3 months to go to Australia. Towards the end of the trip, I was due to come home in the September, and I had this pull. I love animals as much as I love helping people and the planet. Animals are a big part of my life. And I remember being in Burleigh in the Gold Coast, one of my favourite places there, and I just thought to myself, why don't I go back and study an animal degree? So I looked online, and because I've already got a bachelor's degree in business and management, I had to go for a master's. Now, I had no idea I'd be able to get into a master's with no experience, no undergrad in anything to do with animal or zoology or anything like that. I got in. It was such an achievement for me. I just signed up straight away. I had to send all my, my scripts and all my qualifications when I got home. But I took the leap of faith. I had moments of doubt, but I just thought, well, if I don't try, I will never know. So as I sent an email, I had to wait until I got home to send all the documents over. I decided on the beach, I need to download a podcast. Like, podcasts are so amazing. I've got one, and so is CJ. And I just typed it on Google, the best animal podcasts to listen to in the world. And there was a list of about 20 on the Google page. And lo and behold, I picked CJ's podcast. So I just downloaded it. It was 1 in a million chance, just download a random podcast, started listening to him, downloaded a couple of episodes at the beginning. And I was just so drawn to his voice, his wisdom and how his knowledge and how passionate he was. And I just listened every week, and then as I'm a nice person, I followed them, reached out to them, said I love your podcast, I'm going back studying, and you were loving that because he's so loving academic stuff, and he was all for it, pushing me down that route. But the amazing thing is how we met through the internet. Now I know some of my friends have met through dating sites and online and things like that, but CJ was in LA and I was in the UK. Mm-hmm. And I remember the weeks and months passed, and we spoke every day, and it was just, I was just so drawn to him, because he loved animals, and he loved, he was very spiritual, and the more I got to know him towards the end of the year, it was I really like this guy. I really like him. And I actually had to tell him, I really like you, and I'm really drawn to you, but there was just this burning desire in me that I didn't want to not speak to him. And I don't know if you the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah, CJ was the same, and I had to just say I'm drawn to you and balls in your court kind of thing. And
yeah.
It works, but the message is anyone going through a soulmate or a twin flame relationship or whatever relationship it is, it's listening to this, and you got because it definitely leads the way. I knew in my heart that there was something about CJ that I couldn't leave alone. And that's when 11/11 kind of hit, and it was, yeah,
fireworks sense.
Just
going sense.
But then we were thinking, how are we going to make this work? You're in LA, I'm in the UK.
I'll be honest with you. So when Pip started reaching out to me, it was very platonic. It was very friendly, and I love speaking to fans, and especially somebody wanting to go back to school and learn about animals. That's what I'm passionate about. So I was very encouraging. And she was beautiful, but I was still very platonic and just very friendly. I'd actually thought she was from Australia at first because all of her pictures were from Australia. And just, I just thought that there's no way. I was getting out of a relationship, and a short-term relationship, and I was like, there's no way I could date somebody from the UK. No way. I'm in California. It just doesn't work. You just can't date somebody like that from halfway across the world. But as we talked more, and then 11/11 just had hit us, and I was like, can this work? Is this supposed to work? It's okay, I'm very drawn to her. I feel and I would say at the very beginning, I've known her forever. This relationship, as you'll come to find out, is like no other relationship I've ever been in. This is something that's been very comfortable from day one. It's just something totally different. And it's not like your average, ooh, gaga eye over somebody relationship. It's something completely different.
Yeah, we said it wasn't lust. Like, you know, like you start a relationship, it's all exciting and lust. It was just such a deeper connection. And to build the connection for 7 weeks before we actually met in person was, I think, not saying the making of us, but we built this spiritual deep connection from the other side of the world to then meet in person, which was like the icing on the cake. But I think we just both took the leap to say, you know, it's going to work, you know, because we just couldn't not. Like we spoke in the last videos, the signs every single day, you could not ignore them. So
nope.
Yeah, like it's like even if we tried, even if we tried to ignore it, the universe was like, no, you need to be together. You know, so we'd like, you know, go this and then bang, and it's like, and it just went to like being drawn to him to then a couple of days later, like, I'm going to come to LA. Like, I was going to fly to LA and see you.
Yeah, it was funny because we used to laugh. We were like, you know, when we first started talking and before we really started officially dating, Pippa was actually, before all this COVID stuff hit, was supposed to be in Peru, right? You were supposed to be in Peru this month, I think, coming up into June 2020. And then she's like, oh, maybe I'll come up to LA after that. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, I'll meet you in 8-9 months. You know, I know I probably might not be single, but who knows? And there's no way. We laugh at that now. Like,
I couldn't have waited 9 months to see
the universe was like, no, you will meet soon. And you two will be together. The signs, the numbers, the so many things we have to share as far as the synchronicities that have happened between her and I, and continue today. You know, walking on the beach together. You know, we're still social distancing from everything, but you know, her and I walking along, and she says something profound, and there's a feather. Or today, there was literally 6 ladybugs. We're in the middle. The beaches in England, for those that aren't from England.
It's like you get on the beach and it's like 2 miles to the ocean.
I grew up in San Diego, Southern California, Los Angeles. The beaches are the beaches, right? You see in the movies and everything. The beach in England, literally, it's 3 miles till you see the surf because the tide was out, and then the tide comes in, and I think it's maybe a mile. So we're in the middle of this flat, hard something that's a beach out past a pier. So way out in the middle of nowhere, and she had 6 ladybugs land on her today. 6.
Constantly. There was like one leaf, another one, 6 everywhere, all over my body. Yeah. And
that doesn't happen. That's not normal. Like, I'm a scientist. It's not normal for ladybugs to be flying out in the middle of a beach in England.
And landing on me.
And 6 of them landed on her. Like, no one else but her. So
that's another like video. I've got this huge connection to animals, and they kind of flock around us, don't we?
Yeah, the pigeons.
We have this kind of really amazing connection. I think it's our energy. Mm-hmm. But we just realised I'd never told you like how we met, and it's like online. And what the message for this video is: anyone listening who thinks they're in a twin flame or soulmate relationship, and they're kind of like not having doubts, but how does this work? Mm-hmm. How is this going to work? You know, they could be like around the corner from you, they could be on the other side of the planet. It doesn't matter. If you're drawn to someone, if there's something niggling inside of you saying, this person, I'm drawn to this person, and there are no doubts, there's no bad feeling, there's nothing like saying, oh, it is completely like, this guy, this woman, it needs to be in my life, and I'm just going to surrender to it and let it happen. And we've just surrendered to every single thing that's happened to us in the last like 7-8 months, and it's led us here. You know, it's led us here. We've been through some traumatic stuff, like as twin flame specialists will know, it's the runner chaser and the triggering, and you mirror each other. Right. But we're still learning, we're still growing, and we're growing together, we're growing separately, and we just want to motivate people and give people, you know, that comfort and advice and faith that it's okay, and you know, just let it be and let it flow, because I think a lot of people are so obsessed with an outcome, you know, or what if it doesn't work, and what if we can't see each other, and what if this happens, and what if this happens. Just stop, take a breath, and just let it happen. If it feels good in the moment, follow that. Just keep following it.
Yeah, just trust in the universe, trust in God. It's letting go, and I think that's something that eventually we'll talk about, is letting go of outcome. Something that I've always held on tight for years and years and years, and being in this relationship, I've learned to just let go. If it will be, it will be. What will be, you know. Yeah, and you meditate and you pray every day, and you just have faith that you are where you need to be, and you are being led where you need to go. And so in a twin flame relationship, I think maybe maybe we'll talk about this in future episodes, people get too much into ego. They get too much into, what's in it for me and not the other person. There's a lot of stuff to learn,
that
we're going to talk about our experiences, but, God, this relationship, you evolve spiritually so much.
Sorry to cut in, I've seen someone say I'd prefer a soulmate relationship to a twin flame relationship. That is completely fine to people, but you will attract the relationship that you need. 1111. You will. I've just said that. Yeah. You will attract the relationship that you need in your life. If you have wounds to heal, which most of us do, you will attract a twin flame in your life. You can have several twin flames until you've started to heal those things that are within you, them wounds, them traumas. You will attract what you need. Mm-hmm. But you still have to raise your vibration, because you aren't going to attract the man you want, the woman you want, when you're down here, feeling sorry for yourself and woe is me. Where's my twin flame? I'll never meet anyone. This is what we want to talk about as well going forward, is you have to raise that vibration, raise the bar, raise the standards, because you are worthy of your soulmate. You are worthy of your twin flame, and vice versa. He or she is worthy of you. And when you match, it's like a flame. It's like, it is like fireworks, and we're just so excited to be on the journey and having, being so grateful and blessed to have this relationship, to do these videos, to give you hope and faith. And it's so exciting. Yeah. It's so exciting. Yeah. It's just every day we're like, what's going to happen today? I wonder what signs we're going to get. Yeah. And there's always something.
Always. And always learning, always bettering ourselves, and always...
Bettering. This is another joke we have. He's American, so he's like bettering, and I'm like bettering.
Yeah. We speak English in America, right? Americanese. The English don't speak English. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll leave you there, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Give us a follow on Instagram, Twin Flame Trinity 11. Subscribe to the Beauty is Found Within channel, and reach out to us. And if any of you are going through a twin flame relationship or a soulmate relationship, let us know, because we want to hear everyone's stories, and we're so intrigued. So, bye from Pip.
Bye from Chris.
Bye.